Hey everyone. In this video, I want to talk about how there is no such thing as a perfect relationship. In today's world, a lot of people seem to have this idealized version of what a perfect relationship would be, and they believe that it's attainable. So you end up with a lot of situations where people get into relationships, and then as soon as the relationship starts requiring work, as soon as it starts becoming hard, people then want to jump ship instead of repairing the hole that's letting water in. And that's not a good thing, especially in the cases where people end up lucking out and finding a good partner for them. But for whatever reason, they still have this perfect relationship ideal in their head, so they think that they can do better than their partner, and it makes them far more likely to leave when things get difficult. This is really bad. You don't want to end up in this boat because if you do that, you run the risk of missing out on people who are good for you. And also, it'll probably prolong you staying single. So it's also not a good thing. But here's the thing, you have to understand that relationships require work. There will be times where it's difficult. There will be times where you have disagreements and maybe even potential arguments with your partner. But that doesn't mean that the relationship is bad. So toss that thought out of your head completely. I mean, here's the truth. If you and your partner never have disagreements and you never argue with each other, that's probably because neither of you are being truly honest or authentic with each other. That's the truth. I mean, nobody is the same, thinks exactly the same as any other person. So if you and your partner agree on everything, then you guys are probably lying to each other because there's no way that that's going to happen. You guys are surely going to disagree on a number of things, especially if they're really important and integral topics. So if you agree on everything, that's actually not a good thing. It's not a good sign at all because both of you should have the courage to be honest and authentic with each other and to occasionally disagree. That's the way things are with humans. Think about your friends. Do you agree with everything that you and your friends talk about? Probably not, even though I'm sure you probably agree on a lot because we do tend to surround ourselves with people who are similar to us, which kind of leads to echo chambers. But anyway, that's a different topic. So if you don't agree with everything with your friends, why would you want that from your partner? Or why would you think that would even be attainable? It isn't. So know that occasionally you will have those disagreements with your partner. So what matters more here is how they're worked through, how your partner reacts to those moments. Are they actually abusive? Do they scream and yell at you? Are they unable to control their anger? Those are red flags. But if they occasionally disagree with you and they don't get super upset and they calm down quickly and they're able to control their anger and then afterwards work through it in a healthy way with you, then they're an awesome partner and you shouldn't focus on the fact that you had a disagreement with them. You should focus on how they reacted to it because that is where they prove that they're a good partner for you. So don't get this whole thing that, oh, a perfect relationship means we never disagree with each other. It's not real. It doesn't happen. So, like I said, do not aim for perfection. You won't find it. Be willing to put in work when you find someone who's actually good. Pay attention to how they act. Look for all the signs of them being a good person. And if they are, and if they mesh with you well, you guys have great charisma, that sort of thing, then don't be willing to let go of them just because things get difficult, especially in the cases where your partner is going through a tough time, because that's going to happen inevitably. I can tell you the last 3 years of my life have been the toughest it's ever been for me. So if I had a girlfriend throughout all of that, she would have definitely seen me get tested time and time again. And if she was the type of woman who would have left me during one of those hard periods, I would have been like, bye bye, don't let the door hit you on the way out. You don't want to be one of those people. Your partner, when they go through tough times, is going to look to you to be a sort of rock for them, something they can hold on to that won't move, an unshakable and unmovable object, or immovable object, who will be there for them, who will support them. That's what people want. So if your partner is going through some shit and it's affecting their personality and they maybe aren't as happy as usual, don't be willing to walk away from them just because suddenly now they're not exactly ideal for you because Maybe you want to have fun all the time and you want them to be happy all the time. That's not going to be the case either. So stick with them through the tough times if they're worthy of it. If they're not, then, well, you should probably leave them before they get into tough times because you don't want to be that cruel. But yeah, so just get rid of the idea that there are perfect relationships out there. And to end this video, I just want to talk about social media comparisons with perfect relationships, because this is another fun topic related to this, where a lot of people will try to portray their relationship as perfect on social media. And you never want to get caught in the trap of making that comparison with your relationship. Because if you see a lot of people who seemingly have amazing, incredible relationships online, it's going to make you question your own, because you're going to think, why isn't mine like that? Here's the thing. Don't pay attention to those. Don't compare yourself to the people who portray their relationships as perfect online. I've got a few things to say about this. The first one being, people who do that behavior normally are very insecure. They're looking for attention or validation from other people. So that's one thing. Another is that their relationship may actually not be great at all. They may be going through some really tough times, so they're trying to overcompensate and portray the relationship as being great to fool the outside world into thinking that they have this perfect scenario, because they can't come to terms with the fact that the relationship may actually be falling apart. So you definitely don't want to be comparing yourself to them. And then the last thing that's really intriguing is, quite often people who are more quiet on social media, who don't post anything about their relationship and even their personal life to some extent, those people are usually happier. It's really interesting. And they don't feel the need to post on social media because they're already happy and content. They're not going to be looking for attention or validation from other people. So if their relationship is going well, you wouldn't even know, because they're just not going to post about it. They're not going to try to brag. They just don't care to do that. They'd rather be in the moment enjoying their partner. So think about that whenever you find yourself trying to compare your relationship to somebody else on social media. That person who's doing that is very likely insecure. They're seeking attention and validation, and the relationship probably isn't all that great, because if it truly was, they wouldn't feel the need to try to prove that to everyone. It's just like when people are truly good people. Do they go around trying to prove to the whole world that they're a good person? No, they let their actions speak for themselves, and that's that. So think about that same concept with these people. If their relationships were truly great, they wouldn't feel the need to prove it to everyone. So don't compare yourself to them. Anyway, I hope this video helped you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Arrivederci!